if we don't evacuate civilians, Trump's original plan to relocate the Gaza entire population, there's going to be Hamas. And if it's not Hamas, there's going to be Islamic Jihad. If it's not Islamic Jihad, there is going to be a communist Palestinian fanatics with intentions to wipe Israel off the map. They are too close to Israel, and you cannot mix both. It's impossible.
What do you think is going to be the result of this deal that's been brokered between Israel and Hamas? Well, there's a lot of optimistic talk. The hostages are coming back. A lot of things to be happy and optimistic about. At the same time, there are a lot of concerns. And Mossab Hassan Youssef over here, the so-called son of Hamas, because his father was one of the founding members of Hamas, Mossab has an interesting perspective because he knows Hamas and he knows radical Islamic terror culture. And he says not so fast with everything that's going on. He has some major concerns. So let's watch this clip together and then talk about it. But first, hit that subscribe button over there in the corner. We'd love to stay in touch. Check this out.
What does the Green Prince think about the prospect for Phase 1 really happening and what it means about what could come later? Mossab Hassan Youssef joins us now. My brother, good to see you. Give it to me.
Hi, Chris. Well, first of all, I would like to thank President Trump for his efforts to secure the release of the hostages. This is the good news. On the other hand, the situation in Gaza and the future of Gaza is in the hands of a barbaric group, that they're going nowhere. Gaza is their breeding ground. And if we don't evacuate civilians, and please to listen carefully, if we don't evacuate civilians, Trump's original plan to relocate the Gaza entire population, there is going to be Hamas. And if it's not Hamas, there is going to be Islamic Jihad. If it's not Islamic Jihad, there is going to be a communist Palestinian fanatics with intentions to wipe Israel off the map. They are too close to Israel, and you cannot mix both. It's impossible. We saw what they did on October 7th. I grew up among these people. My father is one of the founders of Hamas and still a top leader of Hamas organization. When Israel used to come to arrest him, dozens of times, they always respected women and children. They waited outside the door for women to dress up because they respected the culture. Now, the rules of engagement in Gaza is completely different because Hamas used their own children as human shields. And then they accused Israel of committing suicide and the world's genocide, and the world started to believe their narrative. And now it's spreading like wildfire. And this brought the politicians to compromise, to sit down and negotiate with a barbaric group. You know, today when they release the hostages, they are not only releasing the hostages, Israel is releasing thousands of mass murderers of the caliber of Yahya Sinwar. You know what does that mean? Yahya Sinwar is the architect of October 7. And today when Israel had no other choice under global pressure and global outrage, they had to release thousands of this type, of these criminals. Do you think the world is going to be a safer place after releasing such savages? I am not very optimistic. I'm very happy about the return of the hostages. But the situation is not going towards peace.
But, all right, let me just get one more take from you about that on this, in this context. If it doesn't matter who is in power because they're going to want to destroy Israel, then by that definition, Israel could never have peace. Obviously, they believe that you can have a change there. Don't you have to be open to that possibility that it doesn't have to be a terror organization for there to be a Palestine on its own?
Yeah, what change? Hamas in Gaza and other dozen militias, and that includes the Palestinian Authority in the West Bank and the PLO, they all agree that their capital in Jerusalem. Jerusalem is the eternal capital of the Jewish people. It has been like this throughout the centuries. And identity, property theft will never lead to peace. Palestinians is a made-up thing. Palestinianism is a sick ideology that's taken over the world. Its foundation is the victim narrative. And now, if they all agree that they want Jerusalem, they don't want Gaza. Their fight is not for Gaza. They call that Tufan al-Aqsa. Al-Aqsa means it's the mosque, the Dome of the Rock sitting on the Temple Mount. This is their fight. It's a religious fight. It's a jihad against the Jews. It's jihad against civilization. And today you see the vast majority of the Muslims on assault on a Jewish minority. The world needs to open its eyes, especially Americans. Americans are on the other side of this culture. Americans don't stand this barbarism. Palestine is not a cool thing. It's not just a kefiyah and a social event down the street where people gather for the sake of victims in Gaza. The only, listen, the only victims in Gaza are the children. Listen, Chris, the only victims in Gaza are the children who have been used as human shields, who have been weaponized to serve jihadi agendas. Everyone else is a suspect terrorist. It's as simple as that.
All right. I understand your perspective. I thank you for making it for me here. And I will talk to you again soon. Hopefully you're wrong. Hopefully this can be better than you anticipate. But we have clear eyes.
If you don't listen to it now, 10 years from now,
you'll hear it again.
You will remember my words, and it's going to be much worse. So now we can convince ourselves that peace is happening, but 10 years from now, 15 years from now, the entire world is going to regret it. So it's better to wake up now and face reality before it come and slap us right on the face. Enough is enough.
I understand, and I appreciate your passion, and I have always appreciated the conversation. So thank you for being here with me. Musab Hassan Youssef, to be continued.
So this is obviously very intense perspectives, maybe different than some of the other perspectives that we've heard recently. I do think that there is a good amount of room for optimism, not only with Gaza, but in the broader Middle East. There was talk about the Abraham Accords expanding throughout the Middle East. And I think that is a good thing that will undergird peaceful relations, because if you have economic benefits and it's beneficial to you economically and in other ways to have this unity between certain countries, the terrorism or the desire for terrorism naturally will go down, God willing. When it comes to Gaza, there's a lot of work that has to be done with Gaza. The very first stage is getting the hostages back. Hopefully that will be done in the way that we're all anticipating in the next few days. The next steps after that is where it gets even a little bit more murky and complicated, in the sense that Hamas has a lot to live up to, a lot to agree to. They have to disarm. Who's going to facilitate that? How is that actually going to come about? How do we guarantee, like Musab was saying over here, how do we guarantee that even if it's not Hamas, that some other radical group, radical terrorist group is not going to take its spot and also seek the destruction of Israel? Hamas, not under the name of Hamas, but with a different name, with the same ideology. And so I hope that Musab is overcompensating. I mean, he does come from that culture. He does know it firsthand. So he's certainly a voice that we need to be aware of and listening to. But I can't imagine that the leadership that are involved in this deal are not doing, just kicking the can down the road 10 years. I think that this war, what it has done is pulled the Band-Aid off, and everything has been exposed. And we see Hamas for the terror organization that they really are. And Israel is not going to tolerate other groups forming and everybody turning a blind eye at and they're arming themselves and they're preparing terror against Israel. I think whatever comes to Gaza next needs to be watched in a way that it is going to be an organization, a government, a system of running whether it's in the temporary or in the long term, needs to be a place that recognizes Israel's right to exist, the people's safety, and not be something that can be just a vacuum for the next terror group to come in. I can't imagine that this wouldn't be of top priority and concern that is a part of this deal and a part of overall Israeli perspective at this point in time. And so I appreciate Musab's perspective on this. We shall see what happens, but something certainly that all of the leadership that is involved needs to definitely be aware of, and something that we as the regulars need to be aware of as well. Because when we recognize which is the good side and which is the terror side, which wishes to disband civilization, we give fuel to the good. We extend the light. If we side with those that wish to destroy civilization, then we give fuel to that as well. And nobody wants to do that, right? If you like this content overall, that subscribe button over there in the corner. We'd love to stay in touch. Take care.